Hi everyone, I'm getting ready to make a batch of hot process soap. Sorry for my finger. I have everything all prepped and set aside. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing right now. This is my oils. I just have a little bit of the cocoa butter that needs to be melted down. And then that's my sodium lactate set aside. I use 3% with my batches. And that's my water with my sugar added. I use 5% of sugar added to my water before the lye goes in. And then I'm going to step outside and do my lye, because you always need to use lye safety precautions, gloves, mask, goggles, well-ventilated area. This time I'm going to add some tussa silk. It'll be my first time ever using tussa silk, so I'd like to see the effects of it. I'm making a bar called Mother's Love, and these are my fragrance oils. I got a sample oil from Brambleberry called Carnation, and that's when I ordered my jojoba beads, and I got that sample and it smells really good. However, it was only a ½ ounce, so I made my own little mixture for my favorite fragrance company, Indigo Fragrance, a little bit of Victorian Christmas and Christmas morning mixed together. And then I'm going to be doing a swirl of purple and pink, and then I'm going to pipe white, like cloud type decorative effect on top. So I'm just going to go ahead and step outside and mix my lye together with my sodium lactate and my tussa silk, and then I'll be back. And what I'll do is I'll show you step by step to see how the process is, and give you a time limit so you can see what it looks like throughout the cooking process. Alright, all my oils are melted down, and here's my lye, sugar, water, sodium lactate, and tussa silk mixture. I'm still waiting for some of the silk to dissolve. The sugar will discolor your water just a little bit because the heat in the lye, when it mixes with the water, and the sugar that's in the water can burn it sometimes. But this is not burnt, this is just a little discolored. So you just stir in the lye slowly into your sugar water solution, and it should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and wait for the tussa silk to finish dissolving, and then I'm going to add it to my oils. I'm going to keep my crock pot on high. I know how this crock pot works, so I usually keep it on high. And I will show you each step and tell you how many minutes it's been since the last step. So if you're first just starting out with hot process, I would keep it on low and watch it. Just till you can learn the ins and outs of your crock pot. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the process and bring you back. Alright, I just poured my lye, sodium lactate, sugar, water, and tussa silk solution into my oils. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to trace, and I'll show you what that looks like. Then we're going to put it on for 15 minutes and watch how it cooks. Alright, so I have my mixture at a nice trace. And trace is when the soap sits on top of itself. I don't know if you can see it clearly in my camera, but see how it's kind of just sitting on top of itself when I move the stick blender. So we're going to put a lid on it and let it cook for 15 minutes, and then I'll bring it back to show you what that looks like. Alright, so I wanted to show you the importance of staying near your crock pot when you do hot process. It's only been 5 minutes into the first 15 minutes, and it is cooking rapidly. If I had left, this would definitely volcano over. So I'm going to go ahead and stir it down to avoid it from making a huge mess on me, and then we're going to keep the timer on for 10 minutes, and we'll come back at the end of that 10 minutes. So we still have 9 minutes left, and I just wanted to show you what it looked like when I stirred it down. It kind of looks like applesauce. It's separating a little bit, so I'm going to keep stirring it, and we're going to check it after the 9 minutes has gone, so it'll be 15 minutes total that it was cooking. I'll bring it back and let you see what it looks like. So it's been another 6 minutes, so 11 minutes total, and I've been standing right next to it because, again, this is what it looks like before it volcanoes over. So you really want to watch it, because when it volcanoes over, it kind of goes really fast and it makes a huge mess. I'm going to go ahead and stir this down and keep the timer on. We want it to cook for the full 15 minutes. I'll bring it back and show you what everything looks like. All right, this is the first 15 minutes and I've already stirred it down, and I also went ahead and turned my crock pot on low. Even though I know how this crock pot works, this actual recipe is cooking a lot faster than normal. The only thing I added differently was I've used regular olive oil and not pomace olive oil, and I added my Tussa Silk for the first time. So those two factors could be why it's cooking so fast. It also could be that those oils and that protein react differently in higher heat. So we're gonna just stay really close, because as you can see, it's bubbling and it's almost to the top of my crock pot. So I'm gonna stir it back down. But this is what it's supposed to look like. So I'm gonna put the timer on for another 7 minutes, and we're gonna work in smaller intervals just so we can keep a close eye on this. And I'll bring you back to show you what that looks like. All right, it's only been 2 minutes into the 7 minutes that I restarted, and I did a zap test, and this soap is gelled. This is cooked, and it cooked super fast for me, sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut my crock pot off and get this into the mold while it's still very fluid. This is what I love about it. This is what I feel the sodium lactate and the sugar helps with, the fluidity. Sorry for all the movement. So I'm going to go ahead and get this into my molds and get it colored and scented, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so I was able to actually do a faux funnel pour because that's how fluid it was. And then I let the white cool off a little bit, and I just piped a little on top. Came out a little sloppy because it was still pretty fluid as well. I added a little glitter to the top, and I took a fork and did a swirl with the faux funnel pour design that I did. So we're just going to let this cool down, and then we can cut it, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Again, I'm calling this Mother's Love, and it really smells really good. And it cooked really fast for me. Normally it takes a little bit longer, so it's really important with hot process that you gauge how long it takes you. Each recipe is different, each crock pot is different, so it's just watching it till it gets to that gel phase, and then either doing a pH test or a zap test to make sure that it's safe to go ahead and mold it, color it, and fragrance it. So again, this is my fastest soap ever. Total time was cooking wise 17 minutes, 17 to 20 minutes total. Usually it takes a good 45 minutes. So I don't know why it moved so quickly, but it did. And I'm going to go ahead and let this rest, and then again I'll cut it and show you what it looks like. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to show you real quick. This is the crock pot I just cooked the soap in, and I wanted to show you the bubbles. I'm getting ready to clean up my equipment, because that's the best part about hot processing, is that you don't have to wait the 24 hours for your soap to saponify, because it was already cooked. So you can go ahead and clean your equipment right away and get rid of the mess. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I wanted to show you the bubbles that was in the crock pot from the leftover soap I just did. Alrighty, thanks again for watching. Okay, my soap has cooled down. I pop my soap in the freezer so it helps with the cooling process. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it and show you what it looks like on the inside. So here are my bars, all nicely cut. I think they came out beautiful. These are my sample sizes. I like to get to 4 or 6 samples, and then I cut the rest into 1-inch bars. I like the nice white on top and the nice swirl effect in the middle. It smells incredible. So I'm just going to let these cure, and they'll be put up for sale. Again, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, just link them in the comments below. Thanks.